like that video. What's up? All right, DJ. Woo. How you guys doing? What's up, y'all? Can you guys hear me good? If you guys can hear me pretty good, please press that 3. Okay. Oh my goodness, honey, we got to talk all about it. My goodness, it's getting about that time. It is getting about this time. Look, this old lady filter, it keep on flickering. I may have to just turn this off. Are y'all ready for that? I know I ain't. Okay. All right, so in this live, we have to talk about Kenya Moore. Oh, hell. Shit, I ain't know y'all can see. Can y'all see that shit? Okay, good. Okay. I have my phone and it was flipped over so you can see all my information, right? But I'm glad I got the messy sweet spot. That sign is covering it. Shit gave me a heart attack. I didn't want y'all to see Jerome hitting on me, okay? But Kenya Moore, she is coming out with another video. Yesterday, she came out with a video. Now she's coming back with another video. And honey, people are saying she's over there playing victim. But Kenya, oh, this Twicket, why did they do it? Okay, when I didn't have a recording, everything was just fine. But now it's just keep on moving and moving and moving. Oh, okay. But honey, thank you. You like my glasses? Okay. Oh, check out the fit. All right. Okay. Look at me. I need to lay off that damn chicken, right? Right. Well, that's another story. Okay. Ooh, something in my throat. And I ain't been doing that neither. But Kenya Moore, if you guys did not know, she got kicked off the show for doing some revenge. You know what? She was showing this girl, Britt, freaky videos to a lot of people in that salon. And Kenya, you felt the energy. Everybody was like, oh, they was grossed out what you were doing. And you didn't stop there. You kept doing it. And you kept doing it because you thought you was going to get away with it. Now she want to talk about what everybody else is doing. We don't care what everybody else is doing. What about you? You have to be accountable for yourself, Kenya, and nobody else, okay? Life is not fair. And you have been on this show for too long. You should know better. But I feel like if they would never kicked you out, that you would have kept on doing what you're doing the best, okay? So they're coming out now. We got to look at that video. You know I got the video, so let's watch it in its entirety. And I don't know if y'all heard about this, but Angela Simmons, honey, and Yo Gotti, did y'all hear about the big fight? Honey, they've been fighting, girl. Yes! Woo! Is that why she got to wear all that makeup so we can't see the scars? Because you know he's a thug, you know? But she signed up for it. Angela Simmons, she loved those thugs, don't she? Don't she love those thugs? She loved the thugs. And people keep on telling her, you know, you got to love yourself, value yourself. And he still ain't going to marry her. He was going to never marry her. So maybe she don't care about marriage. Maybe she just want to be a girlfriend for life, you know? I would think, you know, could seem like I don't know this girl. Hell, when I look at her videos, it gives hoe energy. She's a pretty hoe, though. You know, she's always showing her body and stuff like that. And I'll be concerned, like a guy that really want to be with you, you know, is he going to feel that comfortable with you always showing off your goods? And he knows that a lot of guys watching you, you know, having all these freaky thoughts about their girl. I know some bisexual men love that, okay? But I don't know. Hell, all these rappers, they seem they go any and every way. And clearly, Yo Gotti didn't care because he never saw her as a wife. I don't think he ever saw her as a wife. I think that, you know, by her being, they say he was chasing after her for all those years. And people are lost. They say, how could you chase her? And then once you get her, you don't marry her, then you cheat on her and you fight on her. I mean, that's what a dog does. I don't understand why y'all so lost about that situation. Men do that all the time. But it's up to you to have standards to say, hey, I know you've been chasing just because a man chased you 5, 10 times or 10 years. Why? Hell, if you didn't accept the first year or the first moments, maybe that's a reason for that. Maybe you should have kept saying no, 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 no. Why didn't she give him a chance in the beginning? And did she just go bad on her luck and desperate and decide to be with him? I don't know. But Angela, she should have had some standards about herself to say, you know what? I see how you treated other women in the past. I'm not about to be one of them. And the first time he cussed you out, because I heard behind the closed door, he be cussing her ass out and she be taking it. And maybe she get off on that. Because there's a lot of girls, they love to get cussed out. That's why they like them thugs, because they want to get roughed up. You know what I'm saying? They don't want a man that's going to treat them nice and talk to them like a lady. They don't want to get effed like a lady. They want to get effed like a slut. Okay. So maybe that's what she's on. I hear she's selling those cookies and cakes and shit. I'm not know. Oh, thank you. They say they love my hair. Thank you. You love the hair. I love it too. This is my second day wearing it. I don't know. I'm going to switch it up tomorrow, possibly. We'll just have to see, right? We'll just have to see. So I want to know, did you guys see this coming when it comes to Angela and Yo Gotti? Press 1 if you saw this coming. Press 2 if you are so surprised. You really thought they was going to get married. I mean, how long have they been together? And Yo Gotti, he's such a violent individual. He deals with criminals. He's a rapper, for God's sakes. And his brother, Big Juke, he passed away from gun violence, dealing with Yo Gotti, taking young Dolph away. I mean, he's into a lot of bull crap. Why would she want to associate herself with that type of crap? Okay, if they can't get Yo Gotti, they're going to get you. But she signed up for it. So when stuff really go bad, I cannot blame nobody but her, because you know how they are, girl, and you can't change them. But it seemed like he does something to make her wet. You know what I'm saying? Ooh-wee. I'm looking in the comment section. I got to look down and look in the comment section to see what y'all saying. It says, since the land before time, the celebrity girlies try too hard to be relatable. They have access to inner circles of upper echelon, but still chose thugs to date. Is that what they're trying to do? Be relatable? Well, hell, if I was a reality person, I don't want to be relatable. I don't want to relate to you, hoes. I don't want you to have the same. My man, you're not going to have access to him. Okay, especially if I'm a big celebrity girly. Oh no. Oh no. If I find out my man is out here giving my D to these hoes out here, oh honey, it's time to go. Okay, and how I move in silence. He won't even know I have moved on. Okay, yeah, that's how I go. I'm not about to sit up here and ask this man no question. No. Ask my last ex. Okay, honey, he did some funny bunny shit around me. When he went to work, I moved all my stuff out. Okay. And I had the paperwork where he was the only one on that damn lease, and he had to deal with all that other chaos. Okay. Yeah. He came home. Everything was empty, girl. Okay. He was blowing my phone up. Girl, I had his ass on block. Okay. He ain't know what hit his ass. Yeah. That's how I move, girl. Ain't nothing to talk about. What is it to talk about? Shit, I have discernment and good judgment. I know when it's time to move on. Hey, okay, move on. Spinning around. You know that song? Move on. I can't think of the tune, but you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, honey, he was so disappointed and mad. He was blowing up my phone for weeks. I ain't never had him give me that much attention. I loved it. I loved just sitting around eating popcorn and looking at that phone ring and just ignore, ignore. Okay. I'm ignoring you like you should have ignored the lust spirit when you betrayed me, when you disrespected me, and you think that I'm going to be okay. I'm going to lay down with that crap. No. But you see, these girls out here, honey, they don't care. Okay, they get cheated on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then want to cry victim. Come on, well, why would you do me that way? Why would you do yourself that way? Why would you stay involved with a person that hates you and dislike you and disrespect you? Those are some questions you should be asking your damn self, girl. Hell. Okay, you too grown. You is too grown. Okay, and I'm loving this hair too. I just love the ombre. Okay, how the light blonde. What is this? 27. It goes to the tips. Yes. Okay. Okay. So yeah, that's what's going on with Angela Simmons. Tasha K also broke the news out that they're fighting behind the scenes, but they have yet to come out publicly to say, hey, this is what it is. Okay. Why are they not speaking about it? Maybe they don't want to bring attention to it. I don't know, but it will come out eventually. Okay. What else y'all got to say about this? She was much better off when her and her sister Vanessa was forced on business and making, sneakers line. Yeah. I don't remember. I didn't keep up with her, but she was probably better off because now she is scarred. She's going to want to be with another man, and she's going to take all these scars from Yo Gotti into this next relationship that she's going to venture into, because they can't keep their legs closed. They can't sit down somewhere. Okay. So, honey, it's going to be a mess. Okay. But this is the life that they like. And, I would just say, hell, if you're going to live that type of life, why don't y'all just be F buddies? Just be friends with benefits. Hell, why make it complicated? Hell, you do your thing, I do my thing. We come together, we chill, we act like we boo-boos. Hell, well, look, I would have did like this, honey. Okay, when we together, we're husbands and wife, right? Right. But when we not together, I'm single, you single. I just don't want to find out about it. And you ain't gonna find about what I got going on. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm faithful. You tell me you faithful. We just gonna lie to each other. Okay. Let's just lie to each other. Okay. And let's just not find out. When we together, we married. Okay. But when we not together, we are single just in case. If you find out some shit, you can't get mad. Okay. Don't get mad. But I ain't cheating on you. And you the only one, and I love just you and only you. Hell, you just do it like that. Hell, stop all the effery, okay? Hell, that sounds like good, okay? Shit. Hell yeah. What else y'all saying? Oh, Deborah said, I'm looking, am I, girl? Tell me again. What? Honey, what? What? Am I looking good with my old ass? Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, girl. You're a real one. You're a real one, honey. Okay. Keep talking to me. She should take it as a blessing. She needs to be far away from Yo Gotti. He is wrapped up in too much street life. I agree, but Angela, do you think this gonna be the last thug she get with? She gonna end up with another thug that's gonna take her butt out of here because she played too many games. And I don't know why she love it, but she love it. Maybe she likes to get disrespected. He calls her all types of bitches and shit behind closed doors. Maybe she likes that. Maybe she felt like he's a father figure when he yell at her and cuss her ass out. She loved to play whiny, and needy. Okay. And do he like her like that when she's getting on his nerve and complaining? Yeah, because a lot of men, they want somebody that's needy as hell. Hell, I'm not needy, honey. Okay. These men, they get upset because I don't return phone calls. I will leave your ass on red because I'm busy and I'm not thinking about you. They want me to think about them. I had this one guy. He was like, I just want you to call me all the time and text me all the time. I want to know that I'm on your mind. Okay. Honey, that was a challenge for me because, child, I don't got time for that. But I was like, okay, let me pretend, I love acting, right? Girl, I saw it as, what did I say? I see it as role play. So I said, I'm going to role play like I'm in love with him, honey, okay? Like every 3 to 4 hours, I was just texting him emojis, okay? I'm thinking about you, just texting emoji and shit like that. I wasn't even thinking about him. I had to force myself to think about him. And I only did it to boost his ego so he can feel important because he's so damn insecure, okay? He loved all that attention. But nah, that's not genuine for me to be all up under anybody like that and just be, hey, 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 hey. No, okay. But honey, he wouldn't have it any other way. Woo-wee. So maybe Yo Gotti, he likes that. And I think that a lot of street thugs, you know, do she see the good in him? Like a lot of times, I feel like the good girls allegedly, and do we even know if Angela Simmons is a good girl? Hell, this might be an ex. She might be just as horrible as he is. I don't know. But I heard that some good girls, they see the good in the bad boys. And the bad boys like that, she doesn't look at him as a monster like society does everybody else. When he comes to her, she looks at him like a human or like an angel or like a good guy. And he really likes that. He likes that this is a space where she don't see me as a villain. She don't see me as a monster. So I think that can be possible as well, versus getting with a hood asshole. She gonna let your ass know, nigga, you ain't shit. You a horrible mother effer and all that bull crap, you know. So we would just have to see, honey. What anything else y'all gotta say about this? Okay, what y'all saying? It says when you turn to the side, you look like nasal E. I mean, girl, no, I don't. Ooh, that's an insult, honey. Let me stop turning to the side. When I turn this side, let me stop. Okay, how about this? Is this better? Okay. I don't want to look like no goddamn Hazel E. Hell. With her messy ass. Okay. Just messy for no reason, honey. I gotta change my angles, girl. Thanks for letting me know though. Hell. Uh-uh. I like that color on you. Thank you. I appreciate it. The hair, or you talking about the dress? I gotta lose some weight, honey. When I'm backing it up like this, I gotta suck that shit in. Okay. I don't got no faja or no nothing that's tighten me up, honey. Ooh, girl. I was wearing those fajas or whatever you think to wrap it up. Those, those wraparounds you put on your stomach and stuff. They will leave you scarred. Okay. I was wearing them so tight and they were scarring my skin up and everything. And they're not just that comfortable because I'd be trying to do a real tight, but I guess you can't do it tight. But then when I do it regular, it don't feel like it's doing nothing. And I don't see the effect. I want to see some effect on that crap. But when I do the effect on it, honey, ooh, the pain I be in. So I said, nah, I can't deal with it. I'm just gonna have to let this shit out. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna have to love my big ass. Okay. I'm gonna have to accept my fucking truth and just love me. Okay? I'm just talking, girl. I'm just talking. Make sure you guys like this video though. Okay. Let's get the likes up. All right. So you guys ready to get into Kenya more and see what Kenya had to say? So let me bring this up here. I should have already had it together. Unfortunately, I did not. Here we go. All right. So this just came out. She put this out here today. Let me hide this one. And let's hear what she has to say. Let me know if it's echoing. Please press the 2 if you hear the echo really bad.
So I want to start off by referencing something that means so much to me, especially right now. It is a quote from Kendrick Lamar. Wait, what's the quote? Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, I'm being serious. Okay. They try to rig the game, but they cannot fake influence. They, you know who they is, tried it, girl, tried to rig the game, meaning, hey, we're going to try.
Okay, I don't know who they is. Is she talking about Andy? Please press 7 if she's talking about Andy as they, if she's talking about the black girls on the set, or she's talking about the white people. Who is they? Help me out.
Make you think this over here. You cannot fake influence. And I am influential. Hey everyone, it's your girl Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore hair care. Kenya Moore hair spa. Kenya Moore YouTube. Anyway, this is my first ever YouTube content that I'm putting out myself, and I'm so proud of myself because I am taking back the narrative instead of everyone speaking on me and, quite frankly, everyone making money off of me. That part. Even sitting down in the interview chair, I haven't done.
Well, who's she talking about? Making money? Because I ain't talking about you yet, girl. Okay, let me make some money off of you. Hit the likes, y'all. Hell, run it up. Who's she talking about? What YouTubers is she talking about? I'm trying to think. You got Carlos King. Was it him? Campfire. He be talking about that. That's the only person I really know on this social media that be talking about the Real Housewives. I mean, I'm probably sure it's more, but I don't know them. You know, but those only two that come to my mind. But let's go.
Like for a year. So guess what? I'm doing it for you. Thank you for joining me. And be sure to subscribe because you do not want to miss any of this hot, smoking, piping hot tea. Let's get into it. Let's get into the receipts, okay? More receipts. I have more receipts for you. And I want to just talk about some things that I have been seeing out in the atmosphere that are completely laughable, most of it, but also in a lot of ways just really dumb. Yeah, I said it, dumb. Portia, in her recent YouTube, alluded to another housewife sending me the photos of the now infamous photos that were shown during my spa opening.
I know for a fact that one of these housewives who is still on the show is the one who gave Kenya a big part of that nude information.
So number one, that's a lie. That's a lie. The photos were online on various porn sites, many porn sites. I don't watch porn. I'm not a porn expert. I don't enjoy it. I don't participate. I don't get anything from it. Okay. I would like to just rather see my own body in action, maybe in a mirror or something like that. But I'm not going to sit there and watch porn. The investigators and everyone involved, not including Drew Sidora, found those images and they're still there. That brings me to Ming Lee. Someone said that Ming Lee was somehow involved because they know each other, and Ming said out of her own mouth that she has a lot of evidence of Britt Edie's past performances, gigs. Let me say this for the people in the back. We did not get any photos from any person. They came directly from a search online. The photos that were revealed are not considered revenge porn. I went so far as, oh my God, did I do something wrong? I don't know this lady. I don't know any of her ex-boyfriends. I don't know any of her ex-friends. I've never seen this lady before in my life. I want to make sure I didn't break any laws. So I engaged a local attorney who advised me about the federal law as well as the Georgia state law. I shared photos that were readily available online. I did not commit revenge porn. I shared a publicly available photo that was accessible online. If I showed Kim Kardashian,
well, let's not paint it down, Kenya. You didn't just share it. You didn't retweet it on Twitter. You printed it out. You went through a lot of work to print it out, to demonstrate it to your own people in a public setting. I mean, you didn't just you make it sound like as if you were on X and you just shared something on X. No, ma'am. You organized this, you thought about it, you planned it, then you printed it out, you organized it so a right way to display it at your event. That's doing a lot. And people were saying, oh, this is too much. You saw the energy in the room, girl. You should have known right now, okay, maybe I'm doing too much, but no, you kept your foot on the gas and you kept doing it. And you would have kept doing it again and again if Bravo didn't tap that butt. Okay. Hell, you too old, but let's go.
Say steak right now. Is that revenge porn? It's not. And then while we're talking about that, I've already said it was wrong. I should not have done it at my salon, this beautiful salon that I've worked so hard for, that I spent a lot of money on, that money that could have been spent in other areas, including supporting my child. So yes, I am very sorry that I shared the photos because it wasn't right, but I did not break the law. And I'm very sorry for.
Okay, she said she apologized. Good, you took accountability. But I don't believe you sorry. I don't believe you sorry. You sorry that Bravo got you fired. You sorry because it did not go the way you intended to go. You wanted this to be a big win for you. You wanted this to be like, yes, girl, you ate her right on up. Oh my God, you ate her right, honey. She said she got a best friend, Brandon. He gay. Why didn't he tell you this is too much? But nah, see, she's been around and a messy individuals that yes, tell her, eat her up, because in here on social media land, they do doxing. They will dox you. They will do some most sinister things to belittle other people, and it destroys them. But they don't care about destroying anybody. They don't. They love it. They love that demonic energy. And that's what she was on. So even though she did take accountability and she apologized, I don't think it's genuine at all. What do y'all think? Press 1 if you feel like it's genuine. Press 2 if you feel like she's just doing it for the sake of just being accountable. What do you guys think about it? Comment. Let's go.
So in the comfort of my own home, I was joking around with my bestie, which I always do, my very best friend, Brandon DeShazer. We were having a dispute on the show with Phaedra, and I was in my closet and I brought out one of my firearms, and I'm like, oh, do I have to use this on Phaedra tonight? Giggling, ha, 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 he, he, he. Phaedra was not around, nowhere to be present. Phaedra never saw it. I never said it in any threatening way. I was not upset. You cannot compare apples to oranges. If you want to do that, does Phaedra sitting on the reunion couch with her taser ready for me count? Okay, moving on.
Tell us about your first interaction with Britt and why you feel like she misinterpreted your energy.
Oh, I don't think she misinterpreted anything. It was all very calculated. So the first interaction I had with all of the ladies was actually really pleasant. I was excited to meet them. It was season 16. I'm like, oh my God, this is season 16. I'm the only one standing that's a real OG, 12, 13 years in, and I felt like I could be mother to everyone. I'm a mother, okay? Show these girls I've been through the fire. I know what it's like to be a newbie. I know what it's like to be here. I know everything that could possibly happen has happened to me on this show. And I felt like I could speak, as someone that could be supportive, could read a girl if she's wrong. And my first interaction with all of the newbies, I was like, oh, you girls are so pretty. Kelly was there. Brittany was there. Everyone was there except for Angela at the moment.
Stop with the bull crap. How do you expect to be mother and show a good example when you go so low and to do something like that? Everybody in that salon knew this was not right. It didn't feel right. It felt demonic. It felt sinister. It felt wrong. And you, as a mother, as a leader, you say you wanted the girls to follow you. You're going to be the prime example. I don't believe that either. You just say stuff just for the sake of saying it, but you're not genuine behind it. You just say stuff that sounds cute, but you're not genuine with it.
And also Drew. And I just remember coming in just being very pleasant to everyone. And there was an issue about a ring that someone made. I feel as though that was clearly a made up issue. If someone has an engagement ring on and not a wedding band, not the other way around, because if you just have on one ring and it's just a circular ring, that's usually a wedding band. Now you could choose to wear whatever you want to wear on your hand. No one's saying that. I was confused at what she was saying about it being a new ring or a different ring, or her second ring is actually what she said. I'm like, oh, you've been married before? I don't know this girl. I never seen her before in my life. So again, you're wearing an engagement ring. I'm assuming that either you're engaged or you're I don't think you could be anything else. I think my fans know and I'm being shady. I think they call me the shade assassin for a reason. That wasn't shady. We know what my shady looks like. Let's move on. It wasn't shady. So after I saw her and, we had the whole moment again about the hug was a very awkward. I don't like to hug. If you see me out in public, I will probably never hug you because I do believe people transfer energy to you and you have to really kind of know someone and know where they're coming from to hug them. So I don't really hug people that I don't know. That's not a crime. That is a boundary that I have for myself, and people need to respect that. It's not personal. Then we get to the next time I see her, the Balmain event. I'm like, oh, you look so beautiful, like a Balmain Barbie. You look amazing. Hi, Balmain Barbie. How are you? Yes. Hi. I hugged her then, hugged her when I saw her another time, hugged her at the dinner.
That was a pat. That wasn't a hug.
That's a hug without getting makeup on me. And she was complaining every step of the way. And I'm like, this girl has very bad energy, but I paid it dust. And I just went on to have a good time because I was actually having a really good time at the dinner before it went left. So
now I will say this. I don't mind Kenya not hugging people. I would like to adopt that as well, Kenya. I don't want to hug people. I don't want to shake people's hand. I just want to say, hi, how you doing? And that's about it, but I'm not that intimate when it comes to just strangers either. I don't like the hugging and the handshaking and the touching. I don't even want you to come too close to me. Okay. I'm just that way. And it's nothing personal, So when Kenya said, I don't have no problem with that. And if you want to hug certain people, if you don't want to hug certain people, that's your right, So I agree with Kenyon on that one.
Thing about being targeted, her being targeted by me, people asking her if I did something to her, she can't answer why, because it didn't happen. Do you want to know what I really think happened? I think that when she was interviewing for Real Housewives of Atlanta, she wanted the villain role. She wanted to come after me because she felt like, okay, well, Portia wasn't there at the time. I was, right? And I believe that she made them promises that she was going to come after me. She was going to be this girl that could read, this girl that was doing all this, And when she met me, Portia flushed this out. She was surprised and thrown off that I was so nice because I am nice. I don't really bother people unless they bother me. We know I retaliate. We know that's what I do. I'm not saying it's always right, but I'm not going to let anybody run over me. And I have no reason to not like someone that I don't know. And I was always nice to the girls. The point is, I think she overpromised what she would do on the show. The first 3 weeks of filming, she was exceptionally boring. There was nothing outstanding about her. She didn't come in. She wasn't dressed in designer clothes from head to toe. Her husband wasn't particularly interesting. Like, no, not trying to throw shade in the husband. It's sorry about that. But there was just nothing in the group scenes that I saw her in that made me think, oh, that's a star baby. I was actually more captivated by Kelly and Angela. And of course, I knew Shamia already. I knew her personality, but she was failing. Like, she was dull. Okay. So I think when she kept trying to come after me, and I just was like, okay, girl, I see you. You're trying to have a moment. You're falling flat. This is your 3 weeks in. Producers are probably asking you, girl, when are you going to show up? And you thought, okay, I'm going to show up tonight. And I think was her downfall from there. This is the biggest question that I have for the people that come on reality TV that have a shady past that you're not proud of. Okay, we've all done things in our past we're not proud of. Nobody was perfect. To the Simons, to the Chrisleys, it went from someone saying you're 17, age of consent, to, oh wait, that's not going to track. Okay, let me just say I was underage. No. So that's what I just don't understand. Like, I'm not even going to open that can of worms, because my whole question and line of questioning would be completely different from everybody else's. I would want to know, if you're going to make a statement, you need to prove, because we already know you're capable of lying, right? Excuse me 1 second. Okay. Wow. Another Google alert. Okay. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. I don't understand why any person would come on reality TV when they have done things in the past or are currently doing things that they don't want to be found out. Why? And then to give someone a reason to expose you. In the words of Samuel L. Jackson, am I the only sane motherfucker here? Like really? Am I the only sane person in the room? Why? Because they're so egotistical, they don't think they'll be found out. Like, okay, wow. You paid to scrub the internet out of your own words. Okay. Well, they left some dust in the corner. And over there in behind her too. A lot of people say that I had never taken accountability for anything, and that's simply not true. And I went on Tamron Hall. I was promoting my daughter's book. The issue came up, and I said, I take full accountability. I am not playing a victim. I'm telling my own truth. I ultimately chose to go on Tamron Hall because I really needed to publicly take accountability for my actions. I mean, sharing that photo at my own salon opening was a serious lapse in judgment. Everybody can possibly now understand that it was definitely not the smartest thing to do. And I deeply regret that I hurt anyone that was involved, including the cast, including Brittany, including the crew, including any of the guests that were there to come to celebrate me. I mean, this platform gave me a chance to sincerely apologize and not to excuse what I did, but to own it fully. Sometimes the things that you do can come back and they can hurt you. And as I've said here before,
I heard her say that on a Tamron, but it doesn't come off genuine. It sounds like it's performative, like you rehearsed it. You just crossed all the T's and you dotted your I's. But to me, it wasn't heartfelt. And everybody at that salon had, no, what are you doing? Don't do it. You didn't notice the energy, but she did what she wanted to do. It reminded me of Erica. Erica, the light-skinned girl that called that Spice a blue monkey. I don't think Erica, she apologized, but I don't think she really meant it. These people are arrogant. They're superstars, and they feel like, if anything, Bravo should not have kicked Kenya, and Erica felt like VH1 should not have kicked her off. They both said, well, it's been worse things done. Why are you picking on me? To me, that's not taking accountability. Who cares about what everybody else did? But what about you? You've been on these shows long enough. You should know You should know. But you were looking for a moment. That's the honesty of it. You were looking for a moment doing this at your salon. And you got it.
I definitely did not. I escalated the situation. I didn't need to. Kim Fields, okay? People are so mad. That was what, 6-7 years ago, and rightfully so. I issued a public apology to Kim when I was on Watch What Happens Live. They asked me, is there anything that I regret? And I was like, absolutely. I think you learn from regret, but for me, I definitely regretted pulling her chair. That was not right. She's a class act, and we are over it. Like, she invited me to come on her show to film with her just last year, the Upshaws. So wrong. I do take accountability. Another time I've taken accountability is, and these are just from what I can remember off the top of my head, was with Phaedra. I did some things with Phaedra that crossed the line. She did absolutely things that crossed the line with me. But I apologize for my part and what I did to contribute to the downfall of our friendship. And that was on the show. So I'm not sure why people didn't acknowledge that was taking accountability, but I absolutely did in that moment too. I'm not playing a victim. I am in this situation partly because of my choices. Back to the original point, I have taken accountability. So you guys just choose not to see it. It's okay, but I'm just going to remind you. So now it's time for a commercial break. And since people want to talk about snatching edges, because you can get real close. These are my edges. You can even see the little gray hairs. Okay, this is not a lace front. This is my hair. Well, not this, but this is my hair, and these are my edges. I developed Kenya Moore hair care similarly to why.
I'm going to fast forward that.
Into the shop, or you can go to CVS or Salon. Because if you don't, you won't on words. That's why I keep a for like you. Let me repeat that. You didn't hear it. I heard it. It didn't make the edit. That's why I keep a for like you. Yelling and screaming as she's going out. I heard things knocking around. Like, I didn't know what was going on. I immediately went to the showrunner, the executive producer, and I said, what is going on? Why is she talking about what is happening? Like, Portia can tell you that. She saw the reaction on my face. She saw that I was visibly shaken, and I was like just trying to figure things out. So I did go to the producer. Not only did I go to the producer then, I also went to the production company that night, explained what happened, and said, I don't know what's going on. We're 3 weeks into filming, and this girl we don't know is threatening to unalive me. I've been on the show for 12 seasons. I have never once had anyone threaten me with I have not ever had anyone allude to unaliving me. So I took it seriously, because it's one thing if, listen, it would never be right. But if a Portia or, even a Drew or somebody that we know that has something to lose. Did you hear me say that? If it was someone that we already knew, that we have been filming with for years, and we know that they have something to lose.
Oh, Kenya, that's wrong. If this is what you're saying is true, that's wrong for her to do that to you. And you should have definitely sued her. You should have got her off the show. And if you took her seriously, then why would you come back and getting all that freaky videos of her, exposing it to her? That's going to provoke her to do something else. Hell, if somebody told me they're going to take me out of here, do you think I'm about to play with their ass like that? Mental illness is real. People are cool. You don't have nothing else to lose. I'm not about to play with you. I'm not about to try to embarrass you or humiliate you. You ain't Durkin with a full deck of cards. Anything, I'm letting them know. I'm not filming with this girl. She just said that she's going to take me out of here. I'm not filming with her. Everybody on the show, if you're a friend of mine, you better not film with her. She just told me she's going to take me out of here. Okay? If she'll do it to me, she might do it to you. We have to stick together and get her ass off the show because I'm not going to tolerate this. I am not. And you should have been a leader then and take action, the right action, so the other girls that are there can see, okay, when people cross the line, you have to stand up for your rights and get them out of there because this individual is toxic and she will poison the cast. She will poison this environment. You're not coming to my house. If we all in a group cast and then you want to come to my house and I'm throwing an event and you want to come because you're a part of it, you're not coming after you done told me that. And then if somebody else throwing something, if she show up, I'm not coming. And whoever throw that party and you inviting her ass after after you know, and I told you what she said to me, honey, I'm done with your ass too. Because you don't care about my health. You don't care about my well-being. You want me to be around that? And I have to be mentally aware that this individual that has threatened and taken me out is in my atmosphere and you expect me to be comfortable and cool with that shit? But what I'm not going to do is provoke that person, okay, to make them go through what they said to me. That's the last. I'm not about to play with you. Hell. Like this video. Okay, let's like the video so I can do more of good commentary. And if we're gonna grow as a family, if y'all really F with me, I need to feel the love, y'all. Okay. And if you guys have some topics you guys want me to put my mouth on, please let me know on my emails, let me know on my DMs of what you find interesting so I can put my mouth on it and we can go in a certain direction in the algorithm, okay? I know I'm not in the Kenya Moore and the Bravo and stuff algorithm, but I can. Hell, I can be. So let's do it. All right, let's hear what else you got to say.
Maybe I would have taken it differently. But when someone you don't know, who basically, in my words, like you just, you found off the street, is doing all of that. You guys weren't there. You do not know how intense it got. It got so intense. So I did make my complaint. Well, I went to the police before, and honestly, I'm the only cast member there that's ever been physically attacked. Whether you say I deserved it, whether you say I did this or did that, it's obviously a polarizing conversation, and it was back then. But I was, and still am, the only one on the show that was physically attacked. So when someone is new to me, coming around and saying that they are going to unalive me and use a on me, and then what you heard 2 or 3 more times saying they had whips and MF, that wasn't about the neighborhood. When you try to change the narrative to make it benefit you because of your inaction, that's rigging the game. You're rigging the game. You clearly rigged the game against me. Listen, I'm going to leave it right there. I did what I was supposed to do. And I take a lot of umbrage to someone now saying that they didn't have a gun. And so somehow that's supposed to absolve them from everything that happened after. And we're going to show this clip where she said prior to Housewives that she keeps a gun at all times. Roll it.
Keep my pistol with me always.
Security that's at the gas station?
I only go to gas stations that have security there. I only go to the same gas station if I'm in the city.
Yeah.
On her Instagram, she said that wasn't her character. She did not threaten me.
Hold on. You said I'm not liking when you got hating modders. What are you talking about? Is that for me? And if I don't know what you're talking about, okay?
She did not have a. She never said anything about. So we know that was a complete lie. So we already know you're a liar. We already know she's capable of lying and trying to rig the game. Let's go back to this whole Watch What Happens live interview where Andy asked her, did she have a gun? And she said, oh, no, I didn't have a gun. Well, I have proof otherwise. Nobody checked bags when we're filming. Nobody checked cars when we're filming. You show up, you go inside, and you start to film. But weeks later, you want to say, oh, we had an investigation and found that you weren't in violation of the gun policy. Really, bitch? I did what I did. I complained to HR. I did all these other things. Now you want to do an investigation? 3 weeks have gone by because someone said it. Well, we already know that person is a liar, right? Because we have proof, solid proof from her on Instagram, and she lied about talking about the gun that night. So we already know you're a liar. And now we're investigating something 3 weeks after the fact because of what someone said that wants to keep their job? Oh, okay, that's okay. Hey, did you have a gun that night? No. Okay, investigation closed. Can you go to the airport and say you have a and not get arrested? Can you go to the bank and say you have a and not get arrested? Can you go any place that it will put people in danger and say you have a and not be committing a crime? That's not a crime. That's not against policy. I'm just asking the question. Can you go to your job tomorrow and say, you, Joe, you gonna learn today. You don't know who the fuck I am, Joe. Fuck you, Joe. You gonna have some respect around here. I got whips. That's why I keep a for like you, Joe.
I'm going straight to HR.
You going to HR and the police. If that happened on Beverly Hills, you think she would be in jail or punished or out of a job? You think if she had said that to Kyle or Teresa Giudice or any other housewife on any other show, do you think she would still have a job?
Okay, so my thing is this. So why didn't you have all this energy when it happened? Why would you go a step farther to do that freaky stuff? Why didn't you complain and bitch and moan about it like you're doing now? Comment, let me know, you all. Why didn't she do that complaining and that big energy like she's doing now? Why did she do it when it happened? She said she went and she said something to him, but then they asked her and they let it go. Why didn't you keep pressuring that? Why did you continue to film with her knowing what she said to you? Ain't no way I'm going to film with anybody that have threatened me. No way. I'm not doing it.
I'm just asking the question. Things been handled differently, I would have never felt a need to protect myself or escalate the situation. People go, oh, well, how is that protecting yourself? Because where I'm not even mention where I'm from. Where I'm from, and you may end up having to delete this, but I'm going to say it. You tell me if it's too hard.
Sound like she still haven't learned. You would think if she have learned from being too messy or just too out of order, she wouldn't even say stuff like this. But it seemed like this is all for views and clicks and attention. But I don't think she is genuine at all.
So that's why the decision was made for me to escalate it in the way that I did. Because if you keep messing with me, I got more and more with you. So leave me alone. And that person likely will leave you alone. And they certainly wouldn't be going around playing victim. They would just go on about their business and find another target. That's that. You want the truth? That's the truth.
Do you now feel that your retaliation allowed the new girl to trick you out of your spot?
Ooh, I don't think there's any such thing. I already had a spot. How can somebody trick? It wasn't a spot up for grabs. Like nobody snatched a peach. Everybody had a peach. So nobody tricked me out of my spot.
Girl, are you that? She tricked you out your spot. If her whole thing that you said in the earlier was to get you out of there, girl, look around. You're out of there. Okay. If you're saying that she says something to provoke you to do an action that will cause you to get fired, then that's exactly what happened. You fell for the bait. You're not as smart as you think you are. She gave you something, you fell for it, you reacted in such a horrible way that got you kicked out. She got you out. But now she want to be in denial because I guess it makes her ego look bad.
So that does make sense.
Do you feel like Cynthia threw you under the bus and is Team Britt?
I'm not going to talk about Cynthia.
People want to know how much you make a season, honey.
How much I make a season? I mean, I don't talk about money. When it comes to like my own money, I see a lot of these crazy reports saying like my net worth is 800,000. My house is worth 3 million. Like, how is my net worth 800,000? Like, I own that much in cars. Like, just stop. Like, I think it's taggy to talk about money, so I'll just leave it at that. But I think it's decent to say that I make more than the girls that are on the show now. Oh, thank you. Saved by the bell. Saved by the bell.
Will you attend the reunion?
Will I attend the reunion? I haven't been invited to the reunion. In fact, I was invited and then disinvited a few months ago. The disrespect is insane. You know, from me being someone who has always loved Real Housewives of Atlanta and always wanted to see them win, to being shut out, not given an opportunity to apologize the same way that they gave that grace to someone else on the show. I think it's really odd, right? And to be erased from history of the show, to not be in the opening credits, to not have confessionals. When Kim Zolciak left the show, she got a whole new show. She was in the confessional. She was a peach holder. You got girls taking glasses and knocking each other upside the head with real glasses on Jersey. You've had people talking about porn on Jersey. You've had people exposing, a real.
Kenya, let me spell it out for you, okay? With all your Chanel and your designer, they don't like you. 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 They don't want to be around you no more, Kenya. They don't like you.
Revenge porn case on Vanderpump Rules. They're working. They haven't been made to look like a scumbag or a villain. Really? That's how I'm treated? That's pretty bad, I would say. So I don't anticipate an invitation. Yeah, I don't see that.
Why don't we promote the salon more?
You know, I've always been struggling with building a team. That's why I always admired Kandi so much, because she has this awesome team. She has an amazing team and she totally gets it, but you need help. And so when I'm just building out the salon and I'm out of all this money, $400,000, I'm fighting with the landlord about giving me my little $80,000 back in my TI. Obviously, I built a whole new, top floor, put all this money into it. And then thinking about, okay, now I'm going to put even more money in hiring a team and doing this and doing that. It just felt like I can handle it. Let's just, I'm not going to throw good money after bad. We're just going to let a year go by and see how it goes. I've been open for over a year and a half, about a year and a half, I think, at least a solid year. And what I have loved the most about this salon is the women, the customers that come in and are so happy with the results. The smiles, the repeat customers, like we have 85% repeat customers. And then when the Housewives show airs and the whole scandal airs, I have all these strangers from all over the country leaving bad reviews. We go from 4.9 Google reviews rating to 4.4. And every day there's somebody saying something crazy to try to hurt my business. If you don't like me, you don't have to like me. If you don't like what I did, you don't have to like what I did. But why are you coming after my business? The same, it's a culture that it can be very beneficial to you because I have a lot of supporters and Team Twirl is awesome. But then when you have these bad C's and people that don't think things through and just try to spew hate in your direction, that's what makes it really bad. That's not fair to the customers that really get great service when they come here. And it's up to them. If you don't want to come to the salon, stay at home. It's as simple as that. You don't have to come here. But why are you trying to ruin other people from coming here and having great experiences? I work so hard. Sometimes I'll step in and do a head spa. If I don't have a stylist, Walter can tell you that. If I don't have a stylist for the day or someone calls out, I don't want to let anyone down. So I'll put, my shampoo gloves on. I'll shampoo someone's hair. I'll do a deep conditioning treatment because I want everyone to believe in the space and have an amazing time when they're here. And that was always my vision.
The girls want to know what you've got in the works.
Ew. I always keep these close to the vest until when it's almost out. So I have got a lot of different projects that people will be able to see me and my daughter in. And I'm just really so happy about that. But again, you don't know anything until after it's in the can. You know what I mean? Even if I've been shot in a movie, I don't talk about the movie until I know it's being released and I've seen it and I'm in it. So I want to thank you guys for listening to me today. Listen, we don't have time for everything. I'm not on RHOA right now, right? But my influence is still there. People are still obsessed. People are still using my taglines. People are still coming for me. And I'm not even there. So listen, I ain't still the moment. And I'm really happy that you guys are joining me today. So comment and subscribe. And listen, I'm going to twirl on out here. I'm still in my chair.
Well, what did you guys think about that? It just felt like it's all about her. She's just giving you guys a show. She's enjoying it. She's not taking this stuff seriously. I don't feel like she's really sincere with her apology, but she did it for the sake of saying, hey, I took accountability. And I see somebody say filter. Yeah, my filter is flinching. I don't know what's going on. I already told y'all I use an old lady face filter. I've told y'all that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know everything. I just don't keep on repeating shit. God damn it. Okay. So what else? And you're right. Did she think things true? She just said that she cannot stand when people don't think things true and try to hurt people. She was talking about people that was leaving negative comments in her job. She says that you guys should not think things through and you're doing it to hurt people, to hurt her. But yet she does the same thing. When she did that thing to that Britt, she didn't think that shit through. Clearly she didn't. And maybe she did. I think she went through it. She thought about it clear as day. And she did what she did. And she's not apologetic for it, even though she says she is, but I don't think it's sincere. Everybody in that salon was like, oh, hell no, you wrong for this. They start walking out. And she continued to put her foot on the gas. She ain't stopped. She ain't say, okay, am I going too far? And then you should blame your friends. All those people that help you post that shit together. They didn't stop you. They didn't say, you know what, this is wrong, but they did it. I know you ain't put that poster up and together. You got somebody else to do it with your lazy butt, But honey, all she cares about the aesthetics. That's why the salon ain't popping like it is, because she's not putting hard work in that salon. She's just doing it for the look of it, for the aesthetics, to say, this is what I got something going on. She's making a whole hell of a lot of money from Bravo. That girl, I would say she's a millionaire, a multi-millionaire. She got a lot of money. She ain't broke from far. Homegirl got money up the ass. Bravo played her real good. She's been on that shit for all those damn years. Come on now. She got money up the yin yang. Okay, I wouldn't even play with her like that. Ooh, girl, but what else? Okay, I need y'all to help me get into this algorithm, okay, because I want to get into some fun, messy topics, okay? So I need my party crashers. I need us to really bond. I want to make friends, okay? Yes, okay. I know it's been a long minute, because usually I'm so antisocial and I don't want to be bothered. But 2025, we are in the Trump administration. You know what that means? I need all the friends I can get, honey. Okay? With my ass, I need all the friends I can get. Hey, girl. Hey. Shit. I can't afford enemies, honey. I just can't afford it. Okay. Now, when Trump is out of office, then I can afford to be standoffish and bougie and shit. I need friends. I need fam. We need the community. Okay. We need to come together. Okay. Shit. Okay. Are you really that much of a big back in real life, or is that a filter too? You know what, JT? I'm a big back in real life, okay? And I'm gonna big back your ass, okay? Okay, JT. Ooh, JT is so hateful, ain't it? I always knew it was something rotten about JT. I can sense a demon when I see one. And JT, I've been knowing you demonic, okay? Yeah, all right. Whew. These demons right here. Whew. And you know what? JT is from the gay community too. I should have known it. I should have known it. Right? Right. Ooh, JT, you inspired me to talk more about that Diddy and all this homosexuals acts they be doing, okay? And Terrence Howard, oh, he gonna speak out about this shit, and I can't wait. Okay, I'm gonna have you in my mind. If I ever do Terrence Howard, and when he expose all them homosexuals, I'm definitely gonna have you in my mind, JT. Okay. I know you're gonna do some shit fucking tonight, nigga, right? Okay. Leave me the fuck alone, okay? Okay, leave me the fuck alone, okay? But that's how they like to get down, Yeah. Yeah, you ladies, you see how they are, right? You see how JT, that's a man. You see how they are, okay? Yeah, just come in the energy with hate, okay? I ain't fucking with JT. I don't even know that mother sucker. But that's how they are. That's how they are. Uh-huh. A gay man, a homosexual. That's who he is. I don't know. A miserable one at that. Okay. Yeah. And I'm also that guy who used to troll you nonstop, 816. Okay. Well, see, this is obsessive behavior. Okay. He just admitted that when I used to do phone calls, I used to have this gay guy always calling and harassing me, So can y'all please block him? I mean, I think it's very sick. Mental illness is real for you to be so obsessive with me, and I don't like you. I don't want you to be a fan. I don't want you to follow me. And I've told you this time and time again. I don't like you. I don't give a damn if you're LGBT. I don't give a damn you black. That shit don't mean nothing to me. Leave me the fuck alone. Okay. Oh my God. Uh-huh. Why they so obsessed with you? You know what? Because I have light in me and they feel a darkness. And dark, they always want to come and take the light out of me, honey. They see me up here engaging with you all, seeing the love that I'm getting from y'all, and they don't get no love. Hell. Okay, I don't know what they got. Clearly, they don't get no love, because if you get love, the last thing you're going to do is go around harassing somebody, following somebody, okay, just to really try to steal their light. Because when you're loved, you're going to be around your loved ones. You got so much stuff better to do than to try to bring harm or misery to someone else. Amen. So, honey, that's all that is. Okay. Is the feeling make you look older or younger? older. Hell, I wanted to go for the old look, honey. Hey. Shit. You should have known that. Hell, do you think this filter make me look younger? If it makes me look younger, god damn it, I must be 80 years old, okay? And if I'm 80 years old, I take that shit. I take it. I don't give a damn. Hell. Okay. Didn't I ask y'all to please block JT? Okay. I asked moderators, can you get on your job? Okay. Can you get on your job? Hell. You don't come for the queen, honey. Okay. Shit. No. Z gonna talk about some choose peace. He already chose the side, and you see that's what they want to do. They want to come over here to distract so the conversation will be about them. They're very self-centered. Okay, so yeah. Because I'm in this. My moderators are in the algorithm of Angie Stone, because that's what I was doing prior. I was doing Angie Stone. So I'm getting out of the Angie Stone algorithm, but they still have me in Angie Stone algorithm. So when I do other topics, I don't go that far because I have to get out of algorithm, or I have to do a viral video about something else that will push me in a whole different algorithm. That's just how it seems to work. Oh God, you can block them, Gigi. I can block them, but shit, I didn't want to do it. No, freedom of speech, hell no, don't exist. Not for you. Hell. This my house. No, you don't get to do what you want to do. You can't shit in my house. Hell. You shit in your house. It's my house. You don't get that right. Okay. And I've been telling you I don't like you, and I want you to leave me alone. I've told you that years after years, and I thank you for revealing who you are. High user for the channel. Okay, bam. And all they're gonna do is create another a username. That's all they're gonna do. They're gonna create another damn username to come to provoke me. That's what they love doing that. They love doing that. I got the block button, but I ain't feel like doing it. I ain't want to get off my throne. You know what I mean? I wanted somebody else to handle that light work, handle that for me. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, we don't got nobody to handle that. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. Well, any last comments you guys have about this Kenya Moore and Angela Simmons situation? Okay. Too much time on their hands. Well, that's all they're gonna do, Charlene. Okay. If they ain't freaking off, they on internet trolling. Okay. And I don't know. Yeah. I don't even want to keep talking about that mother sucker. You understand? Ooh, I'm about to go get me some fried chicken right now. Okay. That's okay. Okay, hell. Nigga made me hungry, okay? Shit. And I drink to that. Okay. About to get this back bigger in this shit. You understand? Fuck you mean. Okay. All right. Anything else, you guys? I was gonna do, and I still might do it, a personal a YouTube thing later on today. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do some shit. What's going on, Miss Hicks? I'm eating that now, honey. Ain't it good? I usually eat KFC. I had some Popeyes not too long ago, but it was so greasy the next day. I didn't think it agreed with my stomach. So I don't know. I don't know what was it, but I didn't feel good after I had the Popeyes. Like 12 or 18 hours later. No, and I think it was at Popeyes, because I don't eat Popeyes. The last time I had Popeyes after that was probably 6 months ago. And when I had that Popeyes, I don't know. I think it's something in that grease that it don't, I don't know. I'm just not used to eating Popeyes. But it is good when it's going down my throat. But I'm just afraid. Probably dirty grease. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that sounds good. Okay, she said I made seafood macaroni with lobster, shrimp, and crab meat. Oh, girl, that sounds good. That really sounds good. Okay. Oh, uh-huh. Someone, Takesha, I see you in all the comments, girl. Honey, it's so much mess and bullshit. Okay, you see the bullshit, but yet I'm the messy one, right? See, we're not gonna go there, Takesha. Okay. See, I'm gonna sit this one out, okay? Because y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here. And I don't want to get out of character. So yeah, I will talk about Angie when the spirit lead me to, or when y'all get closer to an arrest. But it's a lot going on. Hell. Motherfuckers talking about me and got dragged, honey. Okay, clock that T. Okay, told you I keep my name out your mouth. Okay, I ain't have to do nothing. I just let God work, and don't he work real quick? God damn. Your name all over it. What you keep when they talking about me? What you do? What you do, girl? Hell. And my name shouldn't be all over shit. Okay? Yeah. Uh-huh. So we would just have to see, honey. We would just have to see. Ooh, but it's been very entertaining. Motherfuckers talk about me and got dragged. How that happen? And I ain't have to lift a finger in that shit, right? I ain't say nothing. They was like, yeah, they talking about you. They dragging you. And what did I tell y'all? It ain't none of my business. It ain't none of my motherfucking business. And motherfuckers got dragged to smithereens, okay? Oh, God. I got dragged. Then want to back out like they're a fucking victim. Nah, you ain't no motherfucking victim. You keep on having my goddamn name in your mouth and talking shit about me and throwing shade over here. And I ain't say nothing. I haven't retaliated. I'm going to give it up to God. Honey, okay? Boy, okay. See, that's why I just have to sit it on now because I don't do mess and I don't do all that. You know what I mean? Have y'all ever known me to get on here and to trash a YouTuber? I have never trashed a YouTuber. I've never shown shade at a YouTuber. Never. And why would I start now? That's not in my integrity. Okay. Even if I don't like a person, I'm not going to mention that person. Hell, that person ain't going to come out my name if I don't fuck with them, if I don't like them. And that's that on that. Okay. They don't call KFC chicken anymore because it's not. Well, I had KFC, and if it's not chicken, whatever that is, fake meat, it was some good fake meat. I enjoyed that fake meat. And that fake meat did not make me feel any type of way. But that Popeyes, yeah. But KFC, yeah, I have not. I've never done it. I don't got to, boo-boo. Okay. Hell yeah. Not gonna get off my throne, girl. Yeah. Name won't be mentioned over here. Okay. All right, y'all. Love you guys, and I will see you guys on the next live. All right. Bye.